Hey, it's post-game here, home opener post-game. Jordan Kiss with head coach and GM Stefan Seeger Jr. First off, how did it feel to be playing in front of a pretty packed house here at the Hat Park Arena for the home opener?
Yeah, no, it was buzzing. I thought there was a pretty good environment for the gentleman tonight, and it's just not the result you want, obviously.
Now, this team came out in the way you would expect for a home opener. It came out firing, especially in the first 10 minutes. That's when this team generated a majority of their chances. A lot of good-looking tights. You were controlling the play, and it was just really a matter of just not being able to get one early.
Yeah, no, we liked our first. I thought there was a pretty decent amount of momentum despite the score. Ran into a goalie, and credit to him. Made a lot of pretty big saves on a lot of pretty high-quality chances for us. And just kind of a little bit of a breakdown and then ends up in the back of your net. But I thought the boys had their heads held high up to that point and we're feeling pretty good. And there wasn't a doubt in our minds heading into the first intermission there of what was going to happen in the second.
Yeah, it seemed like that mid-period timeout kind of shifted things, I think, more in Langley's favor. It got them a chance to settle in after they kind of survived that early onslaught from this Kings team.
Yeah, you got to give credit where credit's due. Teams hang on like that, and you let them do that on a long road trip. It's going to bite you eventually. So, we were down there by one. Bats kind of comes and kind of, evens the score in a way, and then all of a sudden they kind of get two quick ones, and momentum kind of slides away from a period of otherwise I thought was sort of in our favor again. I thought it was kind of tilted towards our side of things, and again, that's the game of hockey.
Yeah, exactly. And that seems to be the story, at least the first half of this game. Things tilted the Kings' way, and I think you could easily sum up this game by the Kings not able to score on their opportunities and Langley able to score on theirs.
Yep, I think the word opportunistic, again, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. Langley was opportunistic tonight. When they had a chance, based on our errors, we shot ourselves in the foot, and they made us pay for it. So credit to them for having a good game tonight. And tomorrow, we got to have a big bounce-back game and show some character in the face of adversity and give the fans at home a win early on.
Well, the big difference maker in the game today, you could say as well, was just that 3-minute stretch late in the second period. Tie game, 3 goals by Langley, and again, that just really kind of made this thing a lot more difficult for the Kings to come back.
100%. You win or you learn, and we got to learn that you can't turn the brain off, especially when you have the foot on the gas. You can't let off, even for a minute, even for 3 minutes in this case. Otherwise, it comes back and it gets it good. So, again, we're going to take away the lesson. Boys are getting a cool down in now. A lot of guys in there with fire in their eyes for tomorrow and ready to bring the energy and to bring another game of, what I thought was pretty high pressure. And I think that's the way we want to play. We want to play fast. We don't want to give them any room to breathe. And we got to come right out of the gate tomorrow again.
Well, let's get into the third period a little bit as well. Down by 3, you saw Langley score 3 goals in quick succession, but the third period, I think you mentioned a little bit of a lack of energy from this Kings team. Just really couldn't get anything going offensively in that third period.
Yeah, I think frustration started to set in, and again, I think our response to adversity needs to be a lot better than that. So we had a pretty good, firm, stern chat with them in the room afterwards to kind of let them know that quitting's not in our vocabulary. We push no matter what the score is. I think the staff showed that by pulling the goalie on a 5-minute power play with maybe a uncharacteristic 4.5 minutes left to have the goalie pulled. We had their back. We thought that it was possible to come back. In exhibition, Langley had kind of slipped up and given up a lead late. It's happened before. It's historically been something within this short season that we've seen out of them, and we were kind of hoping that push could come back. And unfortunately, the bounces didn't go our way, especially with the long power play to end the game.
Yeah, and then you go to that power play, 4.5 minutes left, down by 3, 5-minute major power play. You're on the power play for the remainder of regulation. You can easily, as I mentioned, came back, turned this game completely the other way back in your favor, but again, just couldn't find a way to get it done.
Yeah, again, I'm going to give a lot of credit to Mr. Johnson in the net. He played unbelievable tonight, so tip of my hat to him and credit to him. And tomorrow we're going to have to find a way to get in his eyes a bit more, get away some of his vision so that he can't track pucks as well, and then find a way just to find the twine behind him.
And then how do you kind of perceive the results of this game? Because, yes, a 5-1 loss on the scoreboard, but as you mentioned, this Kings team played good hockey for a good portion of the game, outplayed Langley, and, again, probably could have scored a few more goals, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, indeed. Does the cookie ever crumble that way? I think the biggest thing for us is if you look at that game and you look at our chances, especially just in the third period alone, I think maybe if you were to say it's a just game and it's supposed to be fair, maybe it's 3-1, 4-1 in our favor, kind of heading into that first intermission, but sometimes that's not the way the cookie crumbles. So we have to find a way when that doesn't happen to get some greasy goals, to get some dirty ones that maybe we don't deserve, or to bury the ones where we are doing all the work to get the puck back and then find a way to get it behind them. Because if we don't, this is where we'll be in our situation, and it's been a pretty clear message sent to the gentleman down there.
Now, going into tomorrow's game, the Kings do get a body back in the lineup with Brendan Giles, who's able to return after serving a one-game suspension, which he received at the end of last season. I kind of felt like this Kings team kind of missed him a little bit out there because he does bring a lot to the fold.
Yeah. Never mind the offensive capabilities that kid has, but he has this really keen ability on the bench just to kind of get a smirk out of everyone and bring a little bit of life, spark a little bit of a fire, either with doing something cheeky, with a really, really nice stick handle, or, just getting underneath the other team's skin, and kind of everyone else is going, okay, G's in it tonight. So he definitely brings a lot of energy. He brings a lot of juice. I think Langley should be prepared for him to come back into the lineup tomorrow, and I think he's going to be firing on all cylinders as usual.
And now is it going to be more of the same from this Kings team going forward into tomorrow night, or what adjustments need to be made aside from really just bringing a more consistent energy throughout the full 60 minutes?
I think the good news as a coaching staff is a lot of this is things that can be out-coached out of their habits. So there was a couple of errors where, again, we were giving them opportunities. I think in the second period, if I had it my way, we probably only give up 3 shots due to sustained pressure, but instead they kind of made it a little bit of a track meet. They were kind of sending guys and finding guys for kind of long breaks and odd man rushes that are pretty easily calculated to, not happen again. After going over a little bit of video with them in the morning and kind of making sure that we have our ducks in order when it comes in terms of defense and where we are in the offensive zone and how quickly that their transition can be.
Well, the Kings will look to split this home opening weekend series against the Langley Rivermen tomorrow when the rematch goes down at 7 o'clock right here at the Hat Park Arena. Steph, appreciate your time here.
Awesome.
Postgame.
Thanks a lot, Jordan. Appreciate it.